Hello, everybody.
I'm here for a quick cameo.
And that's all you'll see of Tyler for this whole video, as well as the sonic screwdriver. But it should be obvious what we're about to talk about right now. We just watched Day of the Doctor.
Also otherwise known as the 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who.
Which is a big thing. I know I haven't made this very clear on my show, but I'm a fan of Doctor Who. And
I'm the one who got him into Doctor Who.
Him and a bunch of other people.
I'm the one who got you into Doctor Who.
It was happening all, it was happening all around me, like a big old ball of wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff. And so eventually I decided to check this big old ball of stuff.
We also have our friend back there who wishes to remain anonymous and doesn't want to be in this video.
What did you think of the episode?
Compared to the rest of the episodes in Season 7, I think it was absolutely fantastic. I was not a big fan of Season 7, in the fact that it was very episodic, and this episode got to draw in some of the plot that we didn't see there before, and it made it quite a bit more enjoyable. And off of that point, it was freaking fantastic.
I really liked it too. My favorite was the interaction between the various incarnations of the Doctor, including the John Hurt incarnation known as the War Doctor. And I just thought that most of their banter was hilarious. I expected John Hurt's Doctor to be very serious and like telling them that he needs their help on this venture, but what wound up happening was he was often questioning just the bizarre nature of the other two doctors and the way they were doing things. Our anonymous guest has a question.
Question. Do you believe that saving Gallifrey has cheapened the previous seasons in any way?
I just have a couple of questions to clarify something. Because I think it was established in Series 4, when the Time Lords were coming back, that they were in fact just frozen in time, not destroyed.
Yeah, it kind of was like... Well, I mean, it was more of... They thought they were bringing them out of a time lock.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't the same as being frozen in a different pocket universe.
So,
I mean, yeah, they could have done the same thing, but, like, it would have accomplished the same thing. Either being a time-locked or being frozen in a different universe. Bringing them back, it could have been accomplished, at least I believe, in the same way they brought it back then.
Do you think that paradoxes are sort of being tread upon more and more frequently as the seasons go on?
I think so. Most people like to just not think about that much because they like to see their doctors get together.
We had a few surprise appearances.
Yes, we did.
Peter Capaldi, otherwise known as now the 13th Doctor.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you a straight-up performance of what his presence was.
That was his performance in the episode. It simply showed his eyes, and he is in the TARDIS. But he managed to capture being awesome in that, like, half a second.
Mostly because I'm honestly a little surprised that I was able to recognize him just from the eyes. But, you know, if they're gonna show... We know what all the other doctors look like, so if you're gonna show just eyes, who else's could they be? Considering it was in a moment that... And here's the really crazy thing, is this talked about having all 13 doctors doing something at the same time.
Yes.
That was crazy. And even though Chris Eccleston did not make any official appearance as the Doctor, you know, archive footage of him was utilized.
Yeah.
As well as archive footage of every Doctor.
Yes, anonymous person.
They mentioned very specifically that there's all 13 Doctors. Do you believe this means the next Doctor is the final Doctor?
It would I can't necessarily say that because I've heard plenty of rumors saying that the writers have figured out a way around regeneration so that the doctor could regenerate indefinitely.
But a lot of it makes me feel wrong if they do that in a way, but I want it to happen too. So I don't feel right answering this because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end up saying that he's going to keep coming back because I'm in denial.
Yeah. What I think is some people have theorized that when River Song saved the 11th Doctor in the Let's Kill Hitler episode, she transferred her regenerations into him. And that's a popular, well, I won't say popular because I haven't delved that deep into the fan universe of Doctor Who, but that's a theory that seems fairly plausible. It is considered plausible in classic Doctor Who for a Time Lord to get more regeneration cycles.
Yeah.
And one regeneration cycle is 12 regenerations for a total of 13 lives, correct?
Yeah.
Which means there are 13, which means the Doctor with one regeneration cycle, there are 13 of him. With more regeneration cycles, there could be more of him.
But there could also be the fact that he could come back like the Master. The Master does not always come back through regeneration. He comes back through being brought back to life, which is much different, and it doesn't use regeneration. And also, in the 8th movie, the Master the Doctor for the movie for the 8th Doctor, the Master tries to steal the Doctor's the rest of his regeneration lives. I believe that's it, right? Or have you not seen it?
I have not seen the movie yet.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just gave your host spoilers.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to get through Classic Who. Spoiler: the Doctor lives.
Did you raise your hand? Okay.
I don't really care. I can get through Classic Who and still enjoy it, even though I know the Doctor will survive the whole thing. Even though he may appear to be dead in some cases. I think. Other cool cameo appearance.
Tom Baker.
4th Doctor. My goodness. Like, the weird thing is, 2 days before, I told him, I said, hey, the latest rumor is that Tom Baker said, I'm going to appear in the 50th anniversary. And then Tim's like, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't think he is.
And then you agreed with me.
And then I agree, I said, yeah, probably not. And besides, it's only 2 days away, speculation is probably pointless. And then 2 days later, here we are, watching the special, and
there he is.
Yeah, it was right up at the end, too. We were like, it completely disappeared from my mind, and I didn't even consider the fact that it's like...
He did not have the scarf, though.
Another
girl did, though.
Yeah, another girl who appeared in the episode had his scarf, and it was a really cool moment because we heard a voice speak, and then we saw the 11th Doctor walk over. We didn't get to see this guy's face, but I'm like, oh my god, Tim, they did it. It's him.
And I was just sitting back there like, I know, Stephen, I know. And the other two were like, what's going on, guys?
And we're just sitting there, fixated, and so much happy.
I guess we never really answered an anonymous person's question.
Do we think this is the last Doctor?
No. If we think the fact that Gallifrey is saved lightens the previous seasons.
For me, it was established that rather than being destroyed, like is it established in this that he tried to freeze it in a moment in time, and...
What happened was, it got frozen in a moment in time and put into a pocket universe.
But by it disappearing, he thought he had destroyed it, or...?
No, because it said at the end of the episode, all the timelines are messed up. So, 8 didn't remember him saving it. He only remembers him attempting to blow it up and burn everything. And so that's what he remembers up until that point when 11 interacts.
I think, no, it doesn't cheapen it. I think it does dramatically change what Doctor Who will be in the future, and that is what they, in fact, promised of this special, is that it would be transformative.
I feel for some people, though, it definitely affected, because a lot of people liked how 10 and 11 were, and 9 even, were just so torn up after the Time War, thinking they had killed billions upon billions of people. And if that never happened, that would have effectively changed their personalities. And if you think about it, if that had never happened, who knows what the Doctor would have done. If the Doctor at the time was willing to kill billions of people and he never learned his lesson, he would be willing to do it again, more than likely.
Which is why they sort of had the plot device where it's like, okay, we're putting our time streams back where they go, and as such the paradox will resolve itself, and none of us, well, with the 11th Doctor would
The
remember
11th
it.
Doctor at this point in time remembers it.
Okay, yeah. So the 10th
anytime
and
earlier
the 10th
doesn't.
and the War Doctor will go back to their respective timelines and not remember it.
And because of that, 9 won't remember either.
Exactly. So the 11th Doctor carries, of course, the most information out of any of the Doctors, because once the timeline is corrected, there is nothing to be remembered by the other Doctors. So the short answer, no, I don't think Gallifrey being rediscovered is cheapening the other seasons. I think this is just a plot that gives the 11th Doctor new lease on life, but he hasn't lost anything that he's learned along the way because he still had to suffer through all that. And now we will touch on something that was not okay. Not saying like it's something we didn't like about the episode, but it's a line that David Tennant said near the end when he found out he was going to go to Trenzalore. He's like, well, that's quite a different that's quite the destination, because
I don't want to go.
no. Just no.
That was not okay. That was beyond not okay.
Yeah. Here's what's okay. Here's the post about this rose someone left on a beach. And here's this, off screen. That's how not okay it is. Final thoughts overall, I really liked this special. It gave me a lot of good fan service moments, and I look forward to what will no doubt be a very different direction for the future of Doctor Who.
I second that. Anything from our anonymous viewer? Okay.
Alright.
Never mind.
In that case, let's go to the future, or as they say, allons-y.